Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lake Laogai server. With us today, we have the one, the only, the Mr. That's your cue. DeNoobz. So Zelda, I'm sorry, not Zelda, Link said in her previous video that she wanted to get a tree farm up and running, but she didn't have a solid idea. So I was talking with DeNoobz and I said, hey, why don't we go ahead and give her a helping hand and create a tree farm for her? So I'm gonna have to hop off my horse now. Darn it! Well, actually, it's not really my horse. It's someone. I think it's Link's horse, but we'll probably. Yeah, it was sitting on the beach just over there. So what I was thinking of doing for this tree farm is, it's probably crucial that we find the center point of this pier. But I don't want to worry about that, so we're just going to begin to create some rings going along goodbye, torch, just like this. And then along the rings, we're just going to plant as many saplings as we can. So we probably have a little more soil blocks than we need, but nevertheless, this is what our tree farm is going to be like, and hopefully, with our fingers crossed, I'm going to knock on my wooden desk here, that this is not going to be in an inconvenient spot. Now, this is going to take some time for us. This is going to take some time for us to saturate the soil and then also plant down the sapling. So, I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to tend to all of that, and we'll bring it back when the tree is up, when the tree farm is up and running. Sound like a plan, dude?
Sounds good, buddy.
All right. Well, DeNoobz, would you say that this seems to be a fairly reasonable tree farm?
I think it's an amazing tree farm.
I think it's a splendid tree farm. Even this random horse that we found on the beach seems to agree. I mean...
Found, stole... Yeah, it's semantics.
Found, stole, slowly returning to its owner. It's a matter of the words you use and what meaning they have, at least to you. But we'll just say that this little horse here... I found him, not going to keep him, but I'm going to just take my time returning him to his owner. But yeah, so we have a mixture of jungle, oak, spruce, acacia. I would have loved to actually have planted some dark oak, but considering the fact that you need to plant them in a 2x2 grid, and each ring is only 1 block wide, weren't able to do that. But nevertheless, at least I think we have a fair amount of trees here. And then also,
good.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't understand how this tree farm works, all you gotta do is create rings such as you see right here, and then fill up the spaces with water, and then bam, just begin taking your saplings of choice, excluding dark oak of course, and just plant them, and then without the help of any GMOs, because say no to GMOs, we can just wait patiently for the saplings to grow big and strong, and then boom. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for a prank, and actually, this is my first prank that I'm doing here on the Lake Laogai server. Have you ever done a prank before, DeNoobz?
I have done quite a few on the server so far.
Okay,
They
then.
are one of my favorite things to do.
They are always a, I think it's just like once you do a prank, it's like, oh, let me go ahead and do another prank and another prank. But then it becomes like, let's not do too many at once or whatever. It's like one of those things where too much of a good thing is a reality.
Yeah, they're good, but you need to spread them out a little.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you for helping me with the pranking of Zelda. I mean, Link. I don't know why. I just every time I hear or see the word Link, I think Zelda, and then I think, what's the difference? But I'm sure there is. I'm sure in the comments down below, someone's gonna point out the difference. So,
Yeah, someone will be merciless about it, I'm sure.
yeah. But thank you for helping me do this, and
No, thank you for inviting me. It was good fun.
yeah, so at this point now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to return to whatever it is that this video is going to be of, and we'll see you in the next clip. I ain't gonna lie to you, peeps. It's been a little while, and by a little while, I mean roughly a week, just about, since the noobs and I got together and recorded that prank that we had pulled on Link. By now, she may have seen the prank. If not, then I guess we're in the clear in regards to our videos coming out and spoiling it for her or something. But yeah, so it's been a week, and during this week now, I've taken the time to really sit down and think about what I want to do here at my base area on the server. And also what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to come out and tell you all that the theme for my base is going to be that of Halo, as in the first person shooter video game series franchise, whatever the proper term is to use for the Xbox and Xbox One and 360, so on and so forth. When the Xbox original first came out and Halo Combat Evolved launched with it, or came out soon after, and helped really get the Xbox original to sell, I fell in love with that game, and with each new installment in the franchise, I fell even more in love with that franchise, to the point where if I had to like pick what my favorite video game is of all time, it would have to be just in general the Halo series, the Halo franchise. Now there are some Halo games that could have been done better, or that some members of the Halo community will just pretend didn't happen, or parts of it didn't happen. But I at least am overall fairly chuffed with the Halo franchise. But we're getting a little distracted there now. So playing Halo, there's this one faction called Forerunners, and they are essentially a high-scale species of life where they aren't the quote-unquote makers or the gods, if you want to give them a name to slap on them to help you understand it, but they essentially were one of the top species to live or exist in general, and their architecture was very clean, very pristine, but also very interesting. So I decided when I hopped on the Lake Laogai server, according to my calendar, which would have been a month and 2 days ago upon the recording of this segment in this episode, which is the 15th of May 2017, I kind of thought to myself, what do I want to build my base off of? And then it hit me soon after, and it was like, well, we've already done the fantasy, medieval, rustic, steampunk, Mesoamerican, ancient Egyptian, ancient Roman, ancient Greek, ancient Mayan. Oh, that would be Mesoamerican technically. But I've done pretty much anything and everything you could think of when it comes to the traditional themes that people build within in Minecraft. So then I thought, you know what, let's do something different. Let's just build something from a video game that we enjoy, well, that I enjoy. And then shortly after that, it hit me, Halo, because I haven't really built anything from that franchise. When I did the ancient Greek, ancient Roman builds, that was in part inspired by the franchise Gears of War. So I guess you could say that I've already built along that theme, but nevertheless now, so that's what my base area is going to be about. It's going to have some structures that bear a eerie resemblance to that of what you would find in the Halo. Now, for those of you who have played Halo 3 and you've played the multiplayer in it, and you've played on the map called Valhalla, then hopefully this structure will start to look fairly familiar to you, especially when we walk down in through here and then we wander around through the corridors, because on the map Valhalla you'll find a structure kind of similar to this. It will look less blocky and more interesting, shall we say, but you'll walk in through this side here, you'll wander around a corridor. This part right here technically wouldn't be here, but considering we had the space, I thought I would utilize it to the best that I could. But then right here you would find a teleporter that would take you, depending on which side of the map you were on, will take you to another location on the map. And then you have a entrance exit point right here, and then you have another one just over here because it's fairly symmetrical for the most part. But I think what I want to do at this point now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm just going to begin to wrap things up. I'm not entirely sure how long... There's a moo-moo in the water. There's a moo-moo in the water. I'm not entirely sure how long this particular episode is going to be. If it ends up being short, then I apologize. But what I originally intended this episode to be mainly about was the pranking of Link with the help of fellow server mate DeNoobz. So considering that went much quicker and easier than I had anticipated, I also kind of just took this week to think about what I wanted to do for the remainder of this episode for you all. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and begin to repopulate these moo-moos. Well, help them repopulate, shall I say. Oh, look, we got a little baby now. And that's going to do it. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, then I encourage you to check out the rest of it. But don't forget to turn on notifications when subscribing. That way you will then be notified when future Minecraft and other gameplay content is uploaded from yours truly, Vanillaraccoon. But I would like to wish you all a happy day, and peace out.